So, hello, Miss Sunita, how are you?
I'm doing great, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm also doing fantastic, and everything is going flawlessly. And I hope you're
Mhm.
also doing great in your life.
Yes, yes, all well. Everything is going good so far.
Okay, all
S-
right. So, as we are having this confabulation for the first time, so could you please give an introduction of yours in a concise manner so that I can know some sort of things about you?
Sure, I would love to introduce myself here. So I go by Sunita Rawat and I hail from a beautiful region of Chamoli, Uttarakhand. I am a YouTuber and I own two channels. The first one is Sunita's English Adventure, where I converse with people, I practice my English with them, and then I create some vlogs in English. So the other channel is dedicated to listening practice. Like sometimes, learners are so confused which channel they should refer to for listening practice. So for that, I have created one stop solution for them, one channel for listening practice, and I create videos in RG style podcast in that channel. Along with this, I teach spoken English to intermediates and beginners. So that's pretty much about me.
Okay, so you're running your YouTube channel. So, what kind of videos do you upload? Kind of conversational videos or providing a specific topics such as vocabulary, grammar, or pronunciation?
Mhm. My channel is mix of all these actually. Whatever I feel like learners are in need of anything. If you get that instinct, you can guess that thing that your learners think learners need vocabulary, or sometimes they simply comment, and then you get to know what are the things they are struggling with. So you can simply pick that comment and make a video on that particular topic, because my ultimate aim is to help them.
Yeah, being a YouTuber, I believe that if you're uploading some kind of content on YouTube, and then you'll be receiving different kind of content from the people. Accordingly, I would be
Mm-hmm.
saying that even if you're not having a conversation with your subscribers, but if they really like your content, so definitely they will be passing some kind of positive comments, what they like. So
Right. And you could
accordingly, you can choose the topic, something like that. I can understand, right?
Right, right, definitely. So we can say that it's just not my channel, it's our channel, like including my subscriber and everyone. So they only tell me what they need from my channel and I go accordingly.
Yeah, that's really great because whatever the content that you're creating, so might be they're getting through some kind of occurrences that are causing in their English language learning journey. So they can post their comments. I want to learn about this topic. So you can create the content. And somehow,
Mm-hmm.
do you know, when the learners are asking us, I just want to learn about this topic. And we will feel that kind of motivation or appreciation that we are getting from other person, and it allows us to move forward. What do you think about it?
True, true. I would definitely agree to that because you know what? When we get comments or when we get engagement from our audience, that time we understood that this thing that they are able to relate with us, and whatever content we are posting on social media or on YouTube, they're able to understand that. So we become even more confident in sharing the content. So that's the thing.
Okay, so as it is our first conversation, so let me introduce myself as well. So this is Vikram, and I'm from Madhya Pradesh, and I have been teaching English on various platforms where I was assisting learners who were contemplating to take their IELTS, PT, TOEFL, KO, CELPIP, these kind of English language proficiency test. And
Mm-hmm.
specifically, I love to teach pronunciation at the same time, if somebody is getting through some sort of occurrences that are causing in cracking interviews, and also I love to teach business English as well. So that's
Mm-hmm.
all about myself. And if I talk about it
Mm-hmm.
specifically, then about my interest, and also I love to talk with people who are from different countries, kind of cultural exchange. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what sort of reason behind it? Like you told me that you love talking to people from different countries, especially, right? So what is the motivation behind that, or what is the particular reason you do that for the purpose of learning or for just having conversation, have fun?
Not only the conversation, actually, before that, I was working with different applications. So it was kind of application. Not only you will be having a conversation with uh, people who are from India, but also you'll be talking to the people globally.
Mm-hmm.
So I was talking to some sort of Chinese people, and I really admire the way that they talk and the way they treat people in a very polite manner.
Mm-hmm.
So somehow it was allowing me to have a conversation with different people. So I would be learning about different culture, tradition, and
Mm-hmm.
what kind of things that they include, what kind of food,
Mm-hmm.
and about their like famous things, famous places, and what kind of opinion that the person is having. So
Mm-hmm.
by getting through this kind of situation, definitely you'll be flourishing your overall experience at the same time your knowledge too. That's what I believe. Yeah,
Right.
so
Yes, it's
even
always
I'm
a
quite
win-win
into,
when you talk to people.
yes, and I'm quite into
Mm-hmm.
having a conversation with people who are from foreign countries. Their first language is English. So somehow you'll be
Mm-hmm.
developing your own communication. At the same time, you'll be learning various things. As I believe that if somebody is a native speaker, so while
Mm-hmm.
even if you are listening to them, so you'll be learning how the person is stressing certain word, and how
Mm-hmm.
the person is articulating their thoughts, and some other things,
Right,
the key
right.
features of pronunciation,
Mm-hmm.
which we can develop
Mm-hmm.
by getting through these kind of
Oh,
conversations. So that's
yes.
what one of the
Mm-hmm.
biggest reason. Yeah.
That's great. And I'm sure you must have come so far in this process talking to native speakers and all. But when you started back then, what was your feeling talking to native speakers back then?
When I was also learning this language, so somehow in the beginning it was quite complex situation for me, because somehow it's a human nature to go through nervousness, right? But I believe
Mm-hmm.
that if you're getting through the same situation that is putting you down, just do that again and again. Suppose
Mm-hmm.
if you are getting through an interview, firstly you got rejected, and then you don't need to have a fixed mindset. Okay, I failed at something and I'm not going to try it again. Try it again and again.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Mm-hmm.
experience is going to convert into confidence. And
Mm-hmm.
one
Right.
thing which you are doing on daily basis, continuously you are doing particular work, so it is going to be your habit,
Mm-hmm.
and then something that becomes a habit, then everything is going to be easy for you. So that was a little story, I would say. Yeah.
Yes, and this is a very natural phenomena that we need, if we want to conquer any of our fears, then you need to step into that. You need to try that thing. But people often fail to understand this and they get tangled into all these fear and phobias because they simply don't try. So that's the thing. It's very natural, very simple. It's just that you need to try that thing to be even more confident in doing so, right? That's the thing. So how do you like people come to you, right, for learning English? And as a beginner, they must be very nervous, very confused how to take English learning forward. So what tips do you give them, or what are your suggestions for them?
Okay, as currently I'm working with Inktoki applications, so here also I'm dealing with different kind of learners who are having
Mm-hmm.
A1 level, A2 level, B1 level, something like that. According to their requirement, I just love to tailor the content, whatever I'm going to deliver
Mm-hmm.
in the classroom. So,
Mm-hmm.
firstly, whenever we are having a conversation, I believe that this is the first requirement to create a judgment-free atmosphere for them, because if we are
True.
making them comfortable, so they will be
Mm-hmm.
easily able to share their mistakes or what kind of
Mm-hmm.
problem that they're facing. So in the
Mm-hmm.
elementary stage of learning, it is very important to provide them a judgment free atmosphere. At the same time, we need to make them comfortable, that kind of environment that we need to provide. Secondly,
Mm-hmm.
being a trainer, you need to identify while having a conversation what exactly the problem the learner is facing, what they know already. So we do not need to focus on that particular thing. We need to focus on that particular thing which is going to be considered as weakness of the learner.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. True.
suppose I'm having a conversation with a learner, so we can evaluate their performance on the basis of certain criterion, like how the flow of speaking of the learner, fluency, their coherency, and whether they are able to generate the thoughts or not, or they are getting through any kind of content related agitation. Because sometimes it happens if I'm having a conversation with you, I'm asking, tell me something about your hobby, tell me about your interest. You can tell in a very perfect manner and you can speak flawlessly, I would say. But if I'm asking a question that is completely new to you, you haven't come across that kind of question before. So maybe you'll be getting stuck
Mhm.
or you will get nervous because that thing is completely new to you. So this is going to be considered
Mhm.
as unfamiliarity with the topic. So here the learner is getting through
Mhm.
content related agitation. So accordingly, we need to scrutinize their speaking on the basis of certain parameters, whatever we are using. And then after identifying it, we will be understanding this is the strength of the learner, this is the weakness of the learner. Accordingly, we will be developing the tailored content for the learner, what we need to teach in the upcoming sessions. So that's what the approach which
Mhm.
we utilize.
That's amazing. That's
Yes,
amazing. And I think that you have a deep knowledge in this subject and you can very well understand the psychology of learners as well to make them understand the real things, the reality of language learning. Like they do have some myths that making mistakes are not good, or, if everyone is speaking so flawlessly, why can't I? But the truth is different. Everyone stucks sometimes. Like I also stuck sometimes, but they feel like she's so fluent. I am sure that she never ever stuck when she talk, right? But the truth is that I do stuck at times. So you need to face the reality and you have to help them learn the reality as well so that they could feel comfortable in their learning space, right? So, being a
absolutely.
tutor, I want to know your perspective on this thing, that when somebody is a beginner, okay, and when you keep on rectifying their each and every mistake, do you think that it can take a toll on their confidence, whatever little confidence they have?
That's really an amazing question. And I would say that when we are correcting someone continuously, so sometimes we think that we are correcting, we just want to make that person perfect. So that person is not going to commit any kind of mistakes. But the reality is that the other person is going to feel uncomfortable. It is going to put them down. So we need to understand how we are correcting the other person. There are
Mm-hmm.
two ways to correct people, positive and negative. So whenever you are correcting the person, make sure that the feedback should be consist of positive key features or negative key features. So we need to
Mm-hmm.
include both the points and appreciation should be there. Appreciation works as a medicine. What medicine cannot do, the sympathy or the appreciation that you are providing to the person, that can work a lot. That's what I believe. So as much as you can just try to appreciate the person by, yeah, correction is fine,
Mm-hmm.
but how you are correcting this thing matters a lot. So the positive
Right.
tone or the way of correction, this thing matters a lot. So we can
Mm-hmm.
correct the person positively and we do not need to correct the person again and again. So somehow this is going to create some kind of blunder for the person. So that's what I believe. And I also felt the same because sometimes as I teach some sort of IELTS aspirants, so we need to
Mm-hmm.
conduct some sort of speaking evaluation sessions for them. So I also do correct learners. But I don't think so
Mm-hmm.
they take it negatively because the weightage would be similar. You need to appreciate them and you need to mention some sort of negative key features so that they can improve. Yes,
Mm-hmm. Right. And I feel that when you go to tutors, when you sign up to any platform for learning English, then you don't mind tutor correcting you. But if someone from outside, maybe your relative, your friend or someone, if he or she corrects you, you instantly get offended, right? You don't want to be corrected by them. But it's okay with tutor because you have signed up for that only, to rectifying your mistakes. But I would say beginners make 10 mistakes in a sentence, so we can't rectify or we can't tell them each and every mistakes, but we can start with major mistakes that they are making, right?
absolutely.
And slowly and gradually we can shift to the other mistakes that they are making, because
And my point of
we
view,
don't have to.
yeah, please continue.
Yes,
Then
I
I
was
will
saying
see.
it shouldn't be overwhelming for them from the very first day, right?
Yeah, sure. And I just say people like you do not need to run behind learning a lot of things about the grammar and all. If you are correcting at least two mistakes in a day, in 30 days, in a month, you'll be correcting your 60 mistakes. That is good enough. And I believe that learning should be enjoyable. Do not take any kind of stress, anxiety that my English is not
Mm-hmm.
improving, how much time it will take, these kind of questions. So do not put yourself in that kind of situation where you need to ask yourself why my English is not improving, something like that. Just enjoy the process as much as you can, and learning should be enjoyable. That's what my perspective is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I just wanted to add. So do you want to include any message for your audience?
Yes, I would love to know a little about your platform as you are associated with Inktalki, and there are many other platforms out there like Clappingo, English Diary, and many more. So, what sort of benefit learners can get when they would enroll to your platform, specifically English Talkie?
One thing that I really love the most, because the supportive atmosphere that they can get on this application. So this is one of the biggest thing, and the judgment-free atmosphere. At the same time, if the learner wants to learn a specific thing, whether they just want to prepare
Mm-hmm.
themselves for business English, they are just getting through any kind of interview, or they just preparing for PT speaking, IELTS speaking. So accordingly, the content is going to be tailored, and classes will be one-on-one. In every section, you'll be getting through a constructive feedback, which is very important.
Mm-hmm.
And apart from that, the trainers, they are extremely supportive. So these are some sort of point that I just wanted to mention here. And I believe that like
Mm-hmm.
before joining any platform, it's better to attend the demo session, understand how the person is teaching, then you can take your decision. You can understand how the person is teaching. Rather than saying like you can
Right,
join,
right.
it's not the best way. You can try, understand the authenticity of
Mm-hmm.
particular thing, and then join. That's it. Yes.
Right. And I feel it's not about a platform, but it's more about a tutor. Like if they can get a tutor like you or someone else on the platform who they like, who they can see on YouTube and can connect with them and they really like the way they teach. So you will also get the same benefit because you're already understanding the concepts from them very well. So that would be great if you are getting that particular tutor on this particular platform. So you can simply enroll to that form, right?
Yes,
I
absolutely.
hope I'm making sense here.
Yeah, so thank you so much for having this stimulating conversation. I really appreciate your time. Thank you.